So today we'll talk about the properties of factors. Now the first property says 1 is the least factor of every natural number. Now what does this mean? It means that 1 can divide any given number, like let's say 23. 1 can divide 23, 23s are 23 and the remainder is 0. So 1 is a factor of 23. 15. 1 can divide 15, 15s are 15. So 1 is a factor of 15 as well. Like this, with any number, you can divide it by 1. So 1 is a factor of all natural numbers. And here it says it is the least. Since 1 is the smallest number, it is also the smallest factor of any number. Like let's say, factors of 15 are 1, 3, 5 and 15. Among these factors, which is the smallest factor? 1 is the smallest factor. For 23, 23 only has 2 factors, 1 and 23. Again, which is the smallest? 1 is the smallest factor. So, for any number, you may have 2, 3, 4, 5 and so many factors, but among them, 1 will be common and 1 is the smallest factor. Now the next property says every natural number is its own greatest factor. Greatest means biggest, right? So any number can be divided by itself. Let's take 9. 9 ones are 9. So 9 is a factor of itself. Let's say 14. 14 ones are 14. So 14 can divide itself. So 14 is also a factor of 14. Okay. So if you list out the factors of 9, okay, it is 1, 3 and 9. The factors of 14, 1, 2, 7 and 14. Now among these factors of 9, which is the biggest factor? That is 9 itself. That is what the property says. Every natural number is its own greatest factor. So 9 is the greatest factor of 9. Among factors of 14, 1, 2, 7 and 14, which is the biggest factor? 14 is the biggest factor and it is the number itself. So this is what the second property says. Now let's go to the next property. It says every natural number has at least 2 factors. That is 1 in the number itself. Okay? Leaving out 1, all the other numbers, 2, 50, 99, 1000, 1 million, okay? Every number has at least 2 factors. Let's list out some numbers and their factors. So you have 7. Factors of 7, 1 and 7. Okay. Factors of 8, 1, 2, 4 and 8. Factors of 15, 1, 3, 5 and 15. Factors of 17, only 1 and 17. So like this, you can list out the factors of any given numbers and you will see that they will have at least 2 factors. Alright? Now, the only number which has only 1 factor is 1. 1 does not have any other factor. It is the only number which divides itself. So 1 is the factor. 1 is the number with only 1 factor. The rest of the numbers have at least 2, if not more factors. So that is what the property says. Every natural number has at least 2 factors. Now the last property, every factor other than the number itself is less than the given number. You must have already seen that. So the factors of 8, 1, 2, 4 and 8. So these are the factors of 8. And you can see that leaving out 8, that is the number itself, all the other factors are less than 8. That is what this property says. If you list out the factors of 16, factors of 16 are 1, 2, 8, sorry, 1, 2, 8, 4, okay, and 16. Now you can see that this is the number itself, and the rest of the factors are less than 16. So this is what the last property says. Now we move on to prime and composite numbers. Now when I was explaining the properties to you, we said that every natural number, excluding 1 or apart from 1, they have at least 2 factors. So the numbers which only have 2 factors, they are called prime numbers. Like 7. 7 is a prime number because it only has 2 factors. 7, 1 is a 7. So this is the only pair which gives 7. So the factors of 7 are 1 and 7. Factors of 2. Which 2 numbers when multiplied give you 2? That is only 1 and 2. 1, 2s are 2. So the factors of 2 are only 1 and 2. What about 3? 1 and 3 when multiplied give you 3. So only 1 and 3 are factors of 3. So these kind of numbers which have only 2 factors, 1 and the number itself, they are known as your prime numbers. Okay, so some of the prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19 and so on. You can try dividing them with any other number. You will see that you will be unable to do so. You can only divide these numbers by 1 and the number itself. That is, they have only 2 factors and they are your prime numbers. Next is your composite numbers. Now this is just the opposite of prime numbers. So prime numbers have only 2 factors, and numbers which have more than 2 factors, they are called your composite numbers, like 4. 4 has 1, 2 and 4. So it has more than 2. Yes, it has 2 as well. So it is more than 2 factors, 3 factors. So it is a composite number. 9. 1, 3 and 9. So again 3 factors, more than 2. So it is a composite number. 10. 1, 2, 5 and 10. 4 factors. So again it is a composite number. So numbers which have more than 2 factors are called your composite numbers.